before he went abroad.
So we are going to begin with our second session. This session is going to give us detailed information about infrastructure in Mumbai, the real estate crisis, infrastructure challenges, transport and housing issues. This session is going to be chaired by Professor Sada Mohan, who is Head of Department of Civics and Politics, University of Mumbai. And our first speaker is going to be Chandrasekhar Prabhu sir, who was the former president of MADA and played important role in framing policies regarding urban development. He's going to speak on affordable housing and the real estate crisis in Mumbai. And our second speaker is going to be Meenal Mapuskar, who is the assistant professor of political science at Kirti College. And she's going to speak on the road transport in Mumbai, the opportunities and challenges. So we'll begin our session too.
So welcome back after a small lunch break that we have had. I'm sure that both our speakers, well versed in their area of research, will keep you awake with their interesting presentation. I think you can have about 20 minutes each, followed by discussion, if it's okay. We have that much time, isn't it, Deepak?
Yeah.
So we need to wind up by 3:30.
Yeah.
Okay, so 20 minutes each, followed by discussion. May I first call upon our housing expert, housing activist, Dr. Prabhu.
Am I supposed to wear this or something?
Could someone just help him with it?
Is it required? Okay. Thank you for having me over. And as usual, I'm the chosen person to speak post-lunch. Because that's a speaker who speaks post-lunch is the safest of the lot, because everyone is supposed to have had a sumptuous lunch and instructions would be given to dim the lights and then you can always sleep. And you're not exclusive. They sleep in state legislatures, they sleep in parliaments, and point of orders get raised when they sleep in parliament, and there is one judgment given by the honorable speaker that you can speak but thou shalt not snore. So that so the mic which is right before you can catch your snoring, and that perhaps may be a bit embarrassing. So there are several thumb rules for a speaker when he's asked to speak post-lunch. A, he should be a bit provocative, so that, when I start provoking people, I can be at my provocative best, and that then starts to make you think. And provocation is a part that prompts or encourages research. So I would start off with a bit of provocation and then move further on to the subject, which in itself would be enough to startle you a bit. Though I must admit that the kind of subject that I've been given, 20 minutes is too short a time to speak, but I shall try and make it into bullet points. Now the provocative part. Provocative part is the initial note which came to me about Mumbai said that the population of Mumbai is increasing multifold. It is not. So the population of Mumbai has never increased in the past 10 years. In fact, it's been steady or decreasing in various portions. Population of MMR region has been increased. So Mumbai is not MMR region, mind you. And the only way to diffuse issues by politicians and academicians alike is to enlarge the scope so that the issue gets diffused automatically. So how do you enlarge the scope? Mumbai was fort. Fort was a place where the people came to work, the port was where they worked, and the limits of Mumbai originally was the island that was beyond the port. So the limit was Haji Ali, where Haji Ali would be today. That was Mumbai. Then it was extended, came Lord Hornby, who connected Worli and the other islands, and then Mumbai became a little larger than the fort, and then it extended itself to the Mahim and Sion. And so Mumbai was the island city of Mumbai, and that's it, period. That was Mumbai. Initially it was the fort, and then Mumbai extended itself to Worli, and then to Shivdi, and then to Parel, and then to Mahim, which were never called Mumbai. You just kept on extended the name of Mumbai onwards to convert that. Very few of you may know that in Mumbai Gazetteer there are series of debates about Kurla being a municipality prior to Mumbai municipality. So Kurla Municipal Corporation or municipality was in existence 16 years before the Mumbai Municipal Organization came into being. And Bandra municipality was in existence 8 years prior to Mumbai being. So Kurla and Bandra were in existence prior to Mumbai. But there was a move to merge both Bandra and Kurla into Mumbai. Bandra opposed. Kurla supported. Kurla wanted to merge itself into Mumbai, and the corporators decided to merge into Mumbai, but Mumbai Corporation didn't want Kurla to merge, but wanted Bandra to merge, and they spent 2.5 years debating on whether Kurla should be merged in Mumbai or Bandra should be merged in Mumbai. And then, of course, was the airport at Santa Cruz, which was outside the limit of Mumbai, was taken into Mumbai, and then Andheri came, and then Malad came, and then and then Dahisar and Borivali and so on. So when you want to diffuse an issue, extend the limits, which is what you do. And then now with Mumbai, you need someone to blame. So Mumbai's population is no more increasing. There is not too much of influx into Mumbai as used to be 100, maybe 20, 30, 40 years. So extend Mumbai into MMR region. So it's a typical politician's way of extending the scope of an area to make its problems more acute or more diluted, as the case may be, which is not the correct thing. So first let us define what we mean by Mumbai. Does Mumbai mean, surely enough the eastern and western suburbs have a reason to grudge the South Mumbai people, but demographically they've been there 200 years before you guys ever arrived. So they have a reason to be there, and they have a reason to be proud of about being in South Mumbai. So needn't really be upset and write about the Sobo culture and all that. So these snide remarks don't really help. They don't help solve problems. They create problems. So having said this, the provocative part, I think, should end here. And let me start off with some statistical data on Mumbai. 7